Okay, let's go ahead and get in this recap that we have going on for Wednesday and see what we kind of find out for price action. Today was FMOC day, which basically means crazy price action. In other words, do not trade. You might as well close down the charts and go do something fun. Now, if you like to watch the charts, open up the charts and watch them. But the biggest thing is you do not want to try to get in on price action because things go all over the place. And you kind of see that action right through here. And we'll go ahead and take a look at it, and I'll show you what I see in it, and then what I kind of see us going forward in, because we held some strong levels, even though we had some pretty crazy news, or really just energy that people put in the space. There really wasn't anything going on there. I watched the FMOC with Jerome Powell, stuff that same old, nothing exciting. Maybe here in September might be a little more exciting, but we'll kind of go from there. So the day started out, no surprise, kind of went up and down. The one thing I do want to point out is this real quick is you can see, well, actually, I'll just show you this here. The red within our indicator that we have built, we have the levels that we pull every day through AI. And let me actually just pull that up here real quick. So in the battle box, we have the daily market review that we can go to and take a look at. As you can see, there's other stuff in here as well that we have. But in the daily market review, basically what it does is it gives us kind of a view of the day, if you will. So we go ahead and take key levels throughout in the morning from 7:30 to 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Let me go on up here to the beginning, which I think I've showed this before. This is the Wednesday, June 18th, 2025. We have the 30-minute candle from 7:30 to 8 o'clock. Here's that high, here's that low. So you can see right here on a 15-minute chart, here's the 7:30, and here is the 7:45, and then here's the 8 o'clock candle. So basically from here to here, you can see this little dotted line here, and then this other line right through here is the actual, pretty much the bottom of the 30. So let's set down. The bias right now is bearish, testing breakdown shelf is what the daily is calling for. Now the daily doesn't know what's going on, obviously. It's just reading price action, and that's what you really want to have it do, so that way you can make sound decisions in it. So you have the market momentum summary. So we have the 4 hour, 1 hour, 15, and 5 minute. There's some strong information that we can look at. It's looking at all our indicators and key moving averages for different things that are going on, support and resistance. And the biggest thing is, I'm not going to go into too much into each one of these, but the bias for the 4 hour is bearish with the trend continuation risk. The 1 hour has bearish with the weak attempt base. And then 15 is bearish breakdown threat. And then we have the 5 minute here, which is bearish in the weak bounce energy. So it's trying to create energy in the space. The bookmap notes, because what I like to do is, this is bookmap here. And really what this is just a book of orders that it's going through the exchanges, and it's averaging out if there's more sellers or buyers. So this is a volume average right here of the book. And then these lines here is just a heat graph, if you will. It's kind of showing buyer sellers, which you don't have to get into too much into this. That's what's nice. This tool can do a lot of stuff. You can expand it out, where you can zoom in on the close price action and kind of see where the energy is. For simplicity, if the more red it is, the more likely it's to go to that direction. You kind of see it right in here in these dots. Buyers kicked in and started to push up in this area. It was getting really red, and then sellers kicked in and pushed it back down. So this is all prior price action. This is the most current area. So as of right now, if you're saying, hey, what's going to happen right now? There's more orders that are going to push this up than there is to push it down. Obviously, you don't want to use a trading tool. This is just another way to help analyze price. So what I'm looking for, a lot of times, let me zoom out on this a little bit. Like this is 7 to basically, this is a 12-hour data that we did today. It's obviously really tight in here, but we could watch this price action throughout the day. Now this area up here, if we kind of zoom out and look at the bigger window, it's the same thing. It's like a magnet, if you will. It doesn't mean it's going to go up here, but more than likely it's to go up here, or really there's nothing down here, right? This is a lighter color to this. So here's your histogram right here. The no liquidity is the dark blue, almost black, and the tons of liquidity is all red. You can see that's why you see the red in here. To not get into a whole lot. So if you were looking at the market currently, so let's zoom this, put this off to the side for a second. Put it over here so you can still see it. So you can see the energy right now is sitting right here. We're above the 21, pushing up. We have the 30 across right here through the 50. I'm on the 15-minute chart. So those are all bullish behaviors. Now we do have the 200 coming down for pressure. So now you're asking yourself, hey, what's going on here? What should I do? This is a little more in depth than what I normally go through, but now that I started, I might as well give this to you. So this is what we're looking at, and are we going to get a breakout or breakdown? That's all we care about, right? Are we going to go down or are we going up? So that's kind of what I'm marking out right here for you. So we've been kind of consolidating sideways, and this 200 is coming down and actually causing pressure. So we're being squeezed between these two. So this is a bigger bear flag, if you will. So you could draw it this way. All the bodies keep bouncing off this candle. So here's a bounce, here's a bounce. Right here could be a bounce. We're kind of sitting in a bounce right here. And then you could use your 200 up here as kind of a bigger flag pattern. And so this could go up here and kind of bounce in here and then break out. Or you could keep that same kind of pattern, and this would be your flag, if you will. And then for target, you would be looking at this high up here to this bottom breakout down here. This is a key level of support, which I'll talk about here next. And that's about how easy it is. And there is your rough target, which right now puts us up around 106,300. So if the whole idea is this is a bull flag. If you break out the bull flag, it'll rip up to this area. But there's key levels of supports that are in here, and you can see them on the red, the green, this purple color back down here, this blue color. I'll talk about those here also now that we're getting into this a little bit. But going back to this it's kind of neutral. Right now there's more sellers in the market. That's why it's showing a negative than there is buyers. But it's very light. This is considered light. So you're sitting in the consolidation phase right now, and it's very light. So if this broke through this resistance right here, and this starts to show that buyers kick in, so it goes green. Very easy, right? If this starts to go green and we start to break through these levels, which I'm really watching to break through this level, which I'll tell you here, or break through this 200 now it's coming down. I want to see a breakthrough there, and I want to see buyers commit to this. I want to see them kick in, and then more than likely we're going to take out this higher level. So we could be looking at 109,500 in BTC Bitcoin here before we start to break down. So that's how easy it is. Don't get into all the meat of this. I like to keep things simple and just use the defaults, if you will. I know there's a lot of more data that you can get out of this in the order book, but I don't really care a whole lot. So we'll go ahead and go from there. So anyways, let's go ahead and look at these lines. So we're going and looking at that's why this came up, we were looking at the market recap, and I was just showing you that. So this is the morning's data, though, that I gave it a screenshot for this, and it looked at these key levels for us. It was kind of giving us an idea of what was going on, and it's saying structurally overall the bearish across timeframes, liquidity in the CVD, which is what we're just talking about, shows sellers and controls. They are in control, and the bulls need to reclaim. So these are all your key levels right through here. This is the fixed rate volume profile, which I've showed that before. These are the key levels, your high, your point of control, and your low. This is the 24-hour period up here. Here's the last 4 hours. And this is the key information right here. And that key information right here is where we're looking at this indicator. And this indicator, every morning, I take that data and I fill out the breakout trigger and the breakdown trigger, the daily support, the daily resistance, and then that 30-minute range. I also make sure that the weekly is still showing the main components there. So I'm going to move this to the side for us. I'm going to go to the style. And this is why I was pointing out these colors, because this is the breakout trigger. So if we can clear this area, if we're looking at price action right here, if we can clear through this level of 105,652, that means we're breaking out, and that's what you're looking for. Now the breakdown trigger is this area right here, and you can see that it looks like a lot of people have some information they want to share today. So you can see that where he's sitting here bouncing on this breakdown trigger, and what we should see is a breakdown, right? we're hitting this major resistance right here, and you can see there's more than one area, because this is your 30-minute bottom of your 30-minute candle from this morning. Right through here, and that's why this purple line, actually the breakdown trigger, is in the same spot. Every time it started to break down, we started to push back up. The daily support is right down here. You can see we came right down the daily support, threw on the brakes, and started to go back up. This is when all your news and stuff was going on. A lot of breakdown, a lot of pressure from the news, a lot of weird buying, if you will, but yet we held every single time. So the bulls kept on coming in and buying up, and the bears wouldn't put enough pressure on the market to push it down. And you can see that after the news, so the news from FOMC started at 2 o'clock Central Standard Time, so 1 o'clock my time, or Eastern Standard Time, so 1 o'clock my time. All that started to come out, all the meeting and everything. So right here is the 2 o'clock hour, but back through here, you can see at 1 o'clock we started getting weird movement, had the breakdown, things started to go sideways here. As long as we're staying below this, you're looking for more bearish settlement. And but we couldn't get it. They kept on getting up higher, pushing this back up, and then you can see we started to run up here. And from there, we started to push up and take out this upper point of control, and this point of control is from the weekly. So you can see how these levels are all set on the chart. As of right now, as I'm doing this recording for y'all, you can see that we're sitting on this angle that I drew on here just a little bit ago. I kind of pointed this out, this bull flag. We're actually creating a breakout, but what I need to see is it go through daily resistance, which is right here. And this would be a great area. See how it tested it here, right? It tested it back here. It broke through here. Even last night, we should have actually had hard sell-off, and yet we didn't. Kept on getting bought back up, bought back up. So if you're starting to ask, like, what is the trend? The trend is telling you that the bulls are defending this breakdown area. So every time we started to go through it, the bulls bought back in and pushed. They bought back in. Every time we bounced on it, they bought back in. It came back through, they bought back up. They really shoved it down during the news. We hit the daily resistance, and they shoved it back up. So after the news and everything was over and the heat was off the market and let the market behave, if you will, you can see that we came down, we started to come back through, and then right here we held the area again. And at this point, all the relief happened. And if you go into the Bookmap area, you can see, as of right now, look at as we're breaking out, that's what I was talking about. We want to see the still green buyers are coming in the market. That's what's going on. So in a nutshell, that's what ChatGPT, using AI, if you ask it the right questions and build certain structure in the market, every day you can get key levels that you can take every day. So this data now is ran throughout the whole day, and these are all been respected, and I'm just kind of pointing that out. So that's what all this is for, that you see on here that we're looking at. So that's basically why all these lines are on my chart. So I don't have a lot of trades that we could have taken today because of this random, every time we started to break down, we got bought back up. The only thing is once the news was over, for myself, I started to analyze the market. We came back up. This area all held it very well during some very negative kind of unknown certainty, right? With all the news that's going on. If you're watching anything on the news, the war, the I don't know, tariffs. I mean, I don't know, a lot of fear in the market. I don't usually pay attention to all this because when I'm trading, I don't want that in my mind. It just makes it foggy and hard to make decisions. So when I knew all that was over with, I was looking to see how we're going to bounce. So if we look at the right around that 4 o'clock hour, so let's go on down to the 5 minute, and we'll look at price action again here. So as we were moving into the 1600, which is right around that 4 o'clock, this is our back test. You can see through these key levels that I was just talking about, it's right here, right? You can see that we created a head and shoulders here in the 5 minute. Here's your left, here's your head, here's your right. That was right at the end of the meeting, and here we go up. We broke through the breakout yet again, ran back up, hit the point of control, and came right back down. And this was the area for me that we flipped 30-minute cross over the 50, and we were on up to the races. And now you can see we're sitting in that area as well again. So this would have been, if you're wanting to look at a trade and looking for opportunity, this is why I'm pointing this out. This right here would have been a key trade potential. And ideally, you're going to look for the higher levels. This should, if bulls are going to take back over, they need to clear through these two key levels. This is the breakout trigger, and this is the daily resistance. So we should see it break these two levels and then run on up into this target that I have drawn for us as well. So that is basically the trade. I kind of broke it down for the whole day for you using the tools, using the battle box that we've been talking about, and showing you how to put it all together. Again, this is just watching price action when there's news events that are going on. There's especially something major as the FOMC with Jerome Powell, that kind of stuff. It's a very effective, could affect the economy. The one thing that I will point out real fast as well is you can see that we did this hard sell down. You probably remember this on Tuesday, yesterday's price action. We drove down, we bounced, came right back up. This right here was actually a bearish retest, and we should have actually continued on down. So this would have been the flag right here. You would have drawn this from here, and that's why I have this on here. And you could see some pretty negative levels that it could have went down to 100,000 all the way down to 98. Yet we threw the brakes on right here on the breakouts. That's actually a double bottom right here. This has a very strong chance now of breaking out over breaking down. So it kind of X'd the bears out of the market by this double bounce. That's why I have them marked in my charts. And then you can see it's right here in the 15 minute, goes back to this key area. That's another reason I was looking at this, because we had a strong bounce. And here in the 15 minute now, we're getting into the 7 o'clock hour right through this candle. You can see now we also have the 30 cross through the 50, which is a very bullish sign as well. So everything's getting more bullish, and we're pushing on up. So that is, you basically just got a pretty strong chart analysis on how to trade and how my mind works. My mind works all the time when I'm doing these daily chart breakdown for myself. And this is what I'm looking at throughout the day and why I'm taking my trades. So anyhow, hope this helped you guys out. I'm glad that I could actually show you a little bit of stuff. Sorry that we didn't have a lot of trade opportunities, but like I said at the beginning of the video, news is always a good time to stay away from the charts, or just watch price action and paper trade, if you will. So that's about it. We will be talking to you guys in the next review. Hopefully price action kind of smooths out and we can get into some fun stuff again. So we'll be talking to you guys later. Thanks, guys.